Hey guys, welcome back to World Mechanics. Thank you guys for watching and subscribing. In today's video guys, we'll show you how to remove or replace oil pump on Kia Forte. In some market that market is known as Kia Cerato or Kia K3. So if you have a Kia with a 1.8 or 2.0 and your engine guys, we'll show you how to remove and replace the oil pump on that thing. Stay with us and we'll show you how to do that now. We have more than 200 videos taking the whole car apart, so we'll be uploading videos all the time. Please give a subscribe, like, and if you need anything, drop a comment, we'll try to make a video. So let's start on it now. You have to have the car jacked up. You can see on jack stands. Okay, never ever rely on the jack itself. Okay, this is your oil pan right there. So let's go ahead and start on it. If you need anything, the tools or parts that we use will be listed in the description of the video below. We'll need to go ahead and drain the oil now. That way we will not have any oil in the oil pan when we start removing it. So make sure you get a bucket or some kind of container to collect the oil. After that we will let it drain for a few minutes, and once it's empty we'll come back to it. Okay, we're ready to install the drain plug now. We'll just get it tight now, so we don't need it for later. Okay, perfect. After that, 10mm socket will be needed to remove the surrounding plastic. There is 2 bolts on the side. Okay, and it came out of there. With 12mm we'll remove that plastic so we can reach the bolts for the oil pan underneath it. Okay. We'll remove that plate right there that connects to the bell housing. Okay, like that. All the bolts will need to be removed with a 10mm socket now, the ones that surround the oil pan. Okay. And you have to be careful not to drop on you towards the end, not to leak oil on you, wear glasses, eye protection. That impact is pretty handy, it saves you so much time. You have some oil in it again. You can see how stuck it is. All the silicone will need to be cleaned as well. So you can see, guys, the old pan is out of the way. All that will need to be cleaned later. Okay, where the pan seals, you need to clean the pan on top. Okay, right here. Make sure it has no old silicone. Clean it super nice, not to have any greasy spots, and new silicone will need to be applied when you put it together. So what we will do next, what we already did, guys, we removed the ignition coils. They have only one bolt in the okay, you can see the left side of each ignition coil holding with 10mm socket. We removed those, and after that we're going to remove that valve cover. Here we disconnected that hose already. That's a breather hose. Okay, all we have to do, pull that clamp out, okay, and disconnect it here, just like we will do with this one on that side. Okay, this hose is disconnected as well. We'll disconnect the camshaft position sensors. Just press on the metal piece in and pull it out. We have the wire for the VVT sensor. This is the exhaust one. We need to disconnect this one as well. It's just the same like the front one right here. You'll see it in just a second. Okay, like this VVT solenoid. You can see you just pull up and you disconnect it. All the bolts will need to be removed now. So you can see one by one we'll start removing them. The ones on the back are a little bit hard to get to. We have some in the middle as well, make sure you get all of them. And now we have the one on the front as well. Okay, this one here should be the last one, and the valve cover will be a little bit stuck because there is two places where there is silicone. We'll show you where that one is. Okay, it came loose. We'll pull it up, careful for the valve cover gasket. Okay, that's where the silicone is, where the timing cover meets the cylinder head. We'll be using a small pancake compressor by DeWalt. That thing is amazing. It goes all the way to 165 psi with a 1/2 inch impact. Okay, and sometimes that does the trick really good. So you can see, okay, the bolt is out of the way and this is the pulley. Okay, now you can grab it. It's a keyed crankshaft pulley, so it goes only one certain way. Okay, and we pulled it out just like that. Okay, 10mm socket and 12mm socket for the 10mm, 2 nuts, and it should come off. Okay, you have one gasket there, so it came out. After that, guys, you might notice that the intake will be missing in the next scene. This is because we'll be removing the head for another work, but for this video, don't worry, if you see the intake missing, you don't have to take it off. Next, we'll need to remove the alternator. As you can see, the intake is gone, and that way even we'll be able to show you a little bit better. The belt, you just get it loose. You need to get that bolt loose here. One bolt on the side, 12mm. Okay, that one you need to get loose, and the belt will come off. We have the video on the channel if you need help with that. And you have to make sure your battery is disconnected before you proceed removing the alternator, because otherwise you can catch your car on fire or burn the car computer. Now that 12mm bolt on the side for the tensioner will need to be removed, that way we can remove the alternator. Okay, it came out. Now we need to disconnect the wires. This one you press in and pull it out. Okay, it came loose. Now this is a nut there with 12mm. You need to open the cap and remove the nut. After that, we need to disconnect the wire that's holding there, and we can pull it out. Alright guys, now we'll be jacking the engine on the bottom. Okay, we need to jack it up a little bit, just a little bit, and mostly support it so we can remove, okay, that engine mount here. That way we will be able to remove the pulley for the water pump, and we can access every bolt for the side timing cover on that Kia now. So you can see we have the jack with the wood box supporting the engine underneath, and we just jacked it about half an inch to an inch up. 17mm. Okay, we'll remove the bolt next, and we will leave the last nut. Okay, now we have to be very careful on the last nut, because if it starts dropping we have to raise it up a little bit. Okay. Next, 14mm socket, and we'll remove those bolts. With a 10mm socket, we'll remove the bolts on the water pump pulley now. Okay, last bolt now, and we can pull the pulley out. Okay, just like that. This ground wire will need to be removed and later installed. Do not forget it, because if you do, your engine might not work. So now with the 12 and 14mm socket we need to start removing every bolt, guys. So you can see this one, this one, this one, this one on the side, And once we remove it, I'm going to go ahead and show you where each bolt is located. You can see on the bottom you have bolts as well. So we'll be able to do that once we remove the cover, and I'll pull the bolts, put them in order and show you where they are. So it almost, as you can see, it's almost loose still, holding a little bit here and there. There is a few glides, so we'll need to make sure that it can come out. So eventually it comes out, okay, nothing else holding there. So this is, guys, the side cover, okay, out of there, as you can see, with all the bolts, okay, you can see the holes. Okay, here, all the way around. So quite a few bolts that we had to remove. Okay, you can see. This is not a bolt here. This is if you have a manual power steering pump. This one here, and 3 more, and 2 in the middle. So on the inside, guys, of the timing cover, this is where your oil pump is located. Okay, and it attaches. It has 2 flat spots, you can see. So you have to align those when you install it, like that. You have to align the crankshaft as well. Okay, those 2 flat spots go on the crankshaft. Okay, you can see that's the crankshaft. Those are the spots right here, one on top, one on bottom. Now, how you replace that thing? It's super simple. We don't have the new one yet, but I'll just explain the procedure. All you have to do, you have to remove 7 bolts with 10mm socket. These 2, 4, 6, here 7. And then you have 2 screws with Phillips screwdriver. Remove it, replace it, and make sure you install new O-rings, because if yours are old and cracked, flat, they will not see when you lose oil pressure, which could end up needing a new engine. So as you can see, the intake is removed, but you do not have to remove the intake. We removed it because, as I explained earlier, we have to tear the whole engine apart and see what's causing our engine knock. Most likely it's a piston. So that's why we decided to make that video, to show in the meantime how to do it. So thank you guys for watching, please subscribe, and many more videos to come to the channel.